Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun scroll saw project video, we're going to once again be making a custom compound cut keychain completely on the scroll saw. These are always fun to make. They're so unique and they make great gifts and conversation pieces because people will pick them up and look at them and can't believe that they were made on a scroll saw. Again, a lot of people think that a scroll saw is only capable of cutting out flat two-dimensional pieces, but these keychains here tell a totally different story and show the scroll saw's versatility. And the keychain I am going to be making today is going to a good cause. It's going to ultimately end up being a raffle prize for the NC Woodworkers at our annual picnic by the lake. The picnic is in May. It's a great day of fellowship with fellow woodworkers and like-minded people that love all aspects of the wood turning world. And there is a raffle at the end of the picnic, and they asked the members to make something in the style that they are known for. And I am of course known for the custom compound cut keychains. Here is two that I carry around with me. One says Artisan Pirate, of course my name, and the other one says Myrtle Beach, the city I love to vacation to. And again, I travel with these always. And these use the Steve Good keychain pattern generator program that he still offers at his website. I'll have it linked in the description box below this video. And keep in mind, it's not something that's at the top of his page. You have to scroll all the way down to the bottom to see where the program is, and you can still get the program. And there's even a donation button if you felt led to give Steve Good a donation. He does so much great work for the scroll saw community. And what I love about the program, once it's loaded up, no matter what letter or number you type in, it's going to end up in this keychain fob here. And keep in mind, Steve Good intended for these keychains to be cut out of a flat 1/2 inch piece of material, and be a flat two-dimensional piece as a scroll saw is known for. When I loaded the program for the very first time, my mind immediately saw compound cutting. So what I do is take a 1-inch square strip of wood. Of course, with compound cutting, you got to make sure your table saw and scroll saw is dialed in at a perfect 90 degrees. But I've never ever made one out of a flat piece of 1/2 inch material. I have always went the compound cutting route. The keychain we are going to be cutting out today says NC Woodworker, which is of course the name of the group, and is packed with amazing men and women that are so talented. And I'm going to be happy to make this, and of course all the money raised at the picnic will go to a good cause. And since everything needs to be attached, the pattern to the wood, let's move the camera and do that now. And over here on the workbench, we will take a straight edge and an X-Acto knife and trim out the pattern. And with this essentially being compound cutting, you need to be as loyal to the line you're cutting as possible. But we will discard the waste paper and get ready to tape the pattern to the blank, which is a 1-inch square strip of wood. For this instance, we are using pine, but I have used all kinds of materials to make the keychains. And it's very essential if you're going to do the compound cut keychains like this for the two patterns to line up precisely. I try to line it up by where the key ring will go, but that's just how I do it. But once the pattern is attached with clear packing tape, we will quickly cut the blank down to size over here on the bandsaw. And then it will be time to drill all of the pilot holes for internal cutting. And I will use a small drill bit, and I will drill very slow through all of the pilot holes on both sides of the blank here. You do not want that tiny drill bit to drift through the 1-inch thick material, so I'm drilling out the holes very slow. But once all of the pilot holes are drilled, I will put in a 1/4 inch drill bit and drill on just one side for the key ring to go in, and then it will be time for scrolling. And for all of the scroll saw work on this project, I will still be using my number 5 Ultra reverse tooth scroll saw blade, and it will cut through the 1-inch material here exceptionally well. It is just a slower than normal cut because, again, of the 1-inch thickness of the material. And you can use maybe a number 6, 7, or possibly an 8 blade, but the number 5 blade is perfect for me to make some of those tighter turns, like in the E, the W, and letters like that. And I have made a ton of these keychains. I remember when I first started making them, they were very popular. And again, the program and software to make these keychains is still available on Steve Good's website at scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com. Down on his blog post, just scroll all the way down to the bottom and it should still be there, as well as the scroll saw pattern printer program he offers. And all in all, it takes me around an hour to scroll this keychain out from start to finish. That's usually the time involved, depending on the length of the name with these keychains here. And again, I'm cutting out NC Woodworker on both sides of the keychain here, but I have done two different names as I've showed you guys in the past with the Artisan Pirate keychain as well as the Myrtle Beach keychain. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my channel and also follow me across all my social media under the Artisan Pirate name. I'd really appreciate the support. And I'm really happy to be making this for the amazing NC Woodworker group for our annual picnic raffle, and I'm just thankful that I'm able to make something like this as a donation. And you know, it's just what I'm known for, is these compound cut keychains. I will say without hesitation that I have made the best friends of my life through the woodworking community, and a lot of them are in the NC Woodworkers. And I will leave a contact link for their website as well down in the description box below. Once all of the internal cuts are done, it's time to release the two ends, and I will quickly double check to make sure the scroll saw is still square with my blade alignment jig. And when I cut one end off, I will quickly tape it back together, and then we will release the other end to complete that rounded effect. And then the trickiest part is where the ring goes, and I will overshoot the pattern sometimes as much as a 1/4 inch just to make sure that that key ring area will be solid once the key ring goes in it. Just keep in mind, you can always sand away excess wood, you just cannot add it. So again, keep that in mind. But once all the scroll work is done, it will be time to remove the pattern. And the keychain itself will go through several phases of sanding. And the tape just peels away here. And I will begin over at the belt sander, and I will just give this a light pass on all 4 sides to quickly clean everything up. You don't want to be too aggressive here. But then it will be time to head back to the workbench, and I'll use my Marathon rotary drill and a small sanding drum and just kind of give everything a little round over. That way the keychain is more comfortable to hold in the hand. And I will take my time sanding this, and then I will proceed to hand sanding with finer and finer grits. And keep in mind, this is not a practical use keychain. Again, it is a raffle prize, and all the proceeds will go to a good cause. And I was happy to make it. But now we will stain everything just to give the keychain a splash of color. And once everything is saturated, we will wipe everything off, and I'll hang it on a hook to dry. And then for a finish, I came back and gave it several coats of Rust-Oleum clear gloss. And once that had dried completely, all that was left to do was add the split key ring. And once I'd done that, the project was complete. And here we have the completed custom North Carolina Woodworker keychain, cut out completely over on the scroll saw from start to finish using the compound cutting technique. Once again, thank you, Steve Good, for designing the software to where we can make these amazing keychains. Keep in mind, he originally intended you guys to make these out of flat pieces of 1/2 inch material. I have just always taken it into the 3rd dimension, as I have here in today's video. But really cool, it finished up amazingly well, and you can easily and legibly read NC, North Carolina Woodworker, and it says it on both sides. Now keep in mind, with this being a 3D piece, once you flip it over to the back sides, of course the letters are in reverse, but these make great conversation pieces. And keep in mind, we started with a strip of 1-inch square material, and with a little bit of time and effort you can make a beautiful custom compound cut keychain. So how cool is that? It took me around an hour to scroll this keychain out from start to finish. I took my time and let the blade do the work. And speaking of the blades, I still use the same standard number 5 ultra reverse tooth blades that I use for 90% of my scroll saw work over here on the channel because of some of the tighter turns in this project. There is tight turns in the N, the W, the R, the K, and again I took my time and let the blade do the work, and it is a slower cut because of the 1-inch thickness of the material. And another thing to keep in mind, once you cut out one side and you flip it and you go to cut the other side out, there's going to be a difference in your feed rate into the blade because you are going to essentially be cutting through negative space, meaning once you cut out this side and then you flip it, the scroll saw blade is going to go through open air there. So it's essential to have a firm grip on your workpiece as you guide it along the cut line going into that negative space, because your pressure is going to change, if that makes any sense. But really cool. This one here is made out of pine. I have made them out of pine, out of poplar, out of cedar, out of maple, out of cherry, and this is just what I had on hand today. And at the end I gave it a splash of color with a light Minwax wood stain, and the Rust-Oleum clear gloss here made it nice and shiny and will give it protection for years to come. Keep in mind, these are made of wood and they will wear out if you use them as a keychain as intended. Again, I think they make great conversation pieces. And this one will not be a practical keychain size, my friends, because of the length of it. Of course, a shorter name would make a practical keychain, you know, and you can also put 2 names in them. I put Artisan Pirate in one and I put Myrtle Beach in another one. But I've done one here for the raffle prize, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I am so looking forward to the annual Woodworkers Picnic in May over by the lake. It's a great day to fellowship with fellow woodworkers and the amazing North Carolina Woodworker group. I'm so happy to be a part of that group. I've met some lifelong friends in the group. I'm always happy when we get to go out and demo and do live demonstrations like we done up at the Hardwood Stores Grand Open and all of the Klingspor locations we done last year. I always look forward to getting together, and anytime you get us together, it's a great time. But here is going to be the spin on this project. Whoever wins this custom keychain at the raffle prize, they're going to get an additional free keychain from me with whatever name that they want in the keychain. So they're going to get 2, and again, all of the money raised will go to a great cause. So please keep that in mind. I hope you all check out the NC Woodworkers website. I will leave it linked down in the description box below as well. It's a ton of knowledge over there and so many talented individuals. Again, I've met some lifelong friends on that group, but really, really cool. I had fun in today's video, and I hope you guys like watching me make and document today's video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to it and also follow me across all my social medias under the Artisan Pirate name. As always, links to contact me as well as all my social medias will always be linked down in the description box below these videos. That's about all for this one, and remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.